Hello, and welcome to Moon Magic Astrology. In early December, Mars joined with the Sun, while Mercury joined with Sagittarius. This made us feel adventurous and helped us move toward our goals. Then Capricorn come along and pushed Sagittarius out of the way, which caused us to act more logical and grounded in our thought processes. I can't think of a better introduction for the Gemini full moon in December. This Gemini full moon will help us let go of our negative thoughts, improve our communications, and help us find loving relationships, as Geminis are the lovers. After all, full moons are about endings and letting go, releasing things that no longer serve us. Oh, and by the way, by practicing moon rituals, you will become synchronized with the moon's lunar cycle, empowering you to the rhythm of the moon, helping you to ascend to a higher level. I like to begin my moon ritual with grounding myself before I meditate. Drinking water will simply ground your energy, or standing barefoot on the earth's surface. Next, I find a quiet place to relax that has little to no distractions. Now, I focus my thoughts on what I want to receive and achieve from this upcoming Gemini moon. I write my thoughts in my journal. These are the things I wrote. Are my thoughts productive or destructive? Remembering that thoughts will become things. Will my thoughts bring me the things I want in life? After all, we attract what we think. Our thoughts manifest our future. What words define me during my self-talk? Because words are important. I need to be conscious of my inner thoughts. I must love myself and find tenderness for myself. I also want to know, am I thinking positive thoughts about myself? I need to write a list of 10 positive thoughts of empowerment. I will use these affirmations for the next 28 days. Now, after I've finished journaling, I will spend some time bathing in the moonlight, candles lit and completely relaxed. As I gaze at the moon, I imagine glistening particles of stardust dissolving all my negative thoughts as I release them to this moon, freeing myself of the negative burden, washing my soul clean, and recognizing the importance of this Gemini full moon. Let's moon bathe. Now, what is this Gemini moon going to bring to all of us? You might expect to be a little more chatty this month, as Geminis are very social and love engaging with others. Now, Gemini are the chatterboxes of the universe, but thankfully their intelligence makes these conversations sensible. It's that chatty energy that may give you that chance to write that book you've been talking about or start a blog. As the Gemini enjoys all types of communications, they are highly intelligent and extremely keen. Maybe the most quick-witted sign of all zodiacs. So expect to keep people mentally entertained and on their toes as you banter like a pro this month. It is such a natural trait of a Gemini, and some say it is their subtle way of flirting. And if this type of flirting leads to something more serious, well, have fun, because Geminis are very affectionate, and in the tarot deck, they are known as the lovers. Love for Gemini starts with verbal communication. They search for relationships that are intellectually compatible, and that open communication is possibly more important to them than actual physical contact with their partner. Well, it's those sexy little words and a tiny bit of affection that really get it all started for the Gemini. Flirting for them is a natural way of being. So let's all practice winking this month. Blow a handsome stranger a kiss, or just smile, and let's see how our month goes from there. And Gemini's flexibility may find you wanting to try new things this month. And if you're thinking about romance, this kind of flexibility will keep those embers lit. Geminis are loyal, maybe to a fault, and they expect the same from their partner. So let's appreciate the loved ones that are in our lives and work toward a long and lasting relationship. And oh, by the way, Gemini are most compatible with Sagittarius and Aquarius. Gemini are called the twins. One is mortal and one is divine, giving them that duality in their personality. Greek mythology claims they came from the same egg, but have two separate fathers. This duality is another thing Geminis are well known for, so use this dichotomy to your advantage this month. It is one of the most intriguing aspects of the Gemini. Now, if you manage this Gemini duality, you might get twice as much done this month. Now, on a business note, Gemini's moon energy will be more inventive and inquisitive as they are great thinkers. You may also feel more competent this month because they have mastered functioning at high levels. So let's take advantage of this Gemini energy. It could help you juggle your career, hobbies, and friends like a master. That is, if you stay enthusiastic about things. And Geminis are frank and very persuasive. They can persuade just about anyone to accept any ideas or beliefs. It's these two traits that make Gemini good managers and salesmen. So let's be honest this month, but not hurtful. And you will probably be able to persuade anyone you want to this month. Since Gemini are thinkers and talkers, they are the air signs. This connects them to all aspects of the mind. If you know a Gemini, then you will know that they display themselves through their words. They are the masters of communication, and they love expressing themselves in all forms of communications: texting, tweeting, blogging, or just outright talking are Gemini's canvas for their creativity. So, if you're used to putting your foot in your mouth when you speak, this Gemini energy will help you recover quickly from your blunders. Just be mindful of your words. As we know, words matter. Now, you should never argue with a Gemini because they are verbally gifted with the power of harsh words and wisdom. and they should be considered armed and dangerous in a lover's quarrel. So be careful. Now, Gemini marks the end of the spring, making it a mutable sign. This ending energy makes mutable signs adaptable, good with change as they finalize their seasons. That is why you're going to notice that you want to complete things this month, paying attention to all the details, so that you can release this energy for the next stage of your life. It is about you being mutable as you go with the flow for the holiday season. Remember, Geminis are great multitaskers, but they can become overwhelmed by all this energy. So it's important to find your limits this month. Go with the flow. Now, Gemini and Virgo are both governed by the planet Mercury. This is the planet of communication. That's no surprise. It's nicknamed the messenger planet, and it represents, you guessed it, communication, writing, and movement. Now here's a little calendar of planetary events during Gemini's full moon that you might want to pay attention to. On December the 19th, Venus retrograde may encourage revisiting past relationships that were full of drama. Instead, focus your energy on long-term relationships with your partner, friends, and family. Be present in your life today. Do not live in your yesterdays. They are gone, and they do not define you. They made you more amazing and stronger. This Gemini full moon is the final cleanse of energy for the year. Whatever you're holding on to that's not good for you needs to be washed away. Let it go. The universe is preparing us for a new cycle, and it will be better than the past. Let it go. On December 21st, Capricorn season means let's get down to business. So focus on your future and your career. It is also time to start planning for 2022. So let's start outlining what things we might want to manifest for 2022. On December 24th, Saturn-Uranus squaring completes itself. This event only occurs every 20 years. This event will bring sudden changes and a new way of thinking. It can give you growth, but may be stressful. So I trust that these changes will be for our better. So let's put some positive energy in our mind for success. Now on December the 28th, the universe is going to be filled with some extra luck as Jupiter is going to align with the intuitive Pisces. And to me, this sounds like the perfect day to daydream a little bit. You know, manifest yourself some riches or even play the lottery. Do you feel lucky, punk? Let's hope we all get lucky this month. I know, that was a bad, what is it, Sylvester Stallone? Okay, now let's talk about the tarot connection to the zodiac sign of Gemini, the Lover's card. The Lover's card is card number 6 of the major arcana. The Lover's card is associated with the star sign of Gemini, known as the twins. Some tarot decks will depict this Gemini connection by using air elements, swords, the direction of the east, the ending of the spring season, or the planet Mercury, even the Hebrew sign Zayin. The illustration of the lovers shows a male and female person in a garden. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, this illustration depicts Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Behind the male, you have the burning bush, representing passion. There are 12 flames on the bush to represent the 12 zodiac signs and also representing time and eternity. Behind the female, you'll see an apple tree. This is the tree of knowledge, of good and evil. Some call it the tree of life. There is a large serpent coiled around the trunk of the tree, a reminder of temptations, the point of no return, and making bad choices. It is the consequences you face when innocence is lost. The apple represents temptation and sensuality. There is a mountain in the background, and this represents the phallic symbol, and a river which represents femininity. In the sky, you will see an angel, arms and wings stretched open, thought to be the angel of air, Raphael, who's the angel of physical and emotional healing. He connects communications with the foundation of a healthy relationship. A large sun fills the top of the card behind the angel's head and wings. This represents the unconditional love we must feel for ourselves and others, accepting all our flaws and vulnerabilities, even when we fall from grace. Now, yellow in tarot is associated with the element of air, and it's also associated with the superconscious or highest level of consciousness. Now, this biblical depiction defines the balance of duality found in the Gemini. There is duality of good and evil, the yin and yang, a constant mirroring or twinning of the male and female, masculine and feminine, meaning more than duality. It is the union of two opposing forces. It is that flexibility and gifted communication of Gemini that characterizes the extreme importance of all relationships. Now, in a love reading, this card could indicate that there's some type of decision to be made about an existing relationship, a temptation of the heart, or a choice of potential partner. If this card appears in a money reading or career reading, it represents a partnership or business agreement between two people. But be cautious here not to mix romance with business, as the forces of the lovers are always present. Well, if you find the sparks are there, you may need to make a choice here about adding romance to a business situation. It could cause a dilemma. If this card is in a health reading, it signifies that having the right support or relationships to help you get through health issues is important. Friends and family may be your moral support you need to cope, but always include the care and energy of your healthcare team. And when I see this card come up in a spiritual reading, I know it's about you finding your internal balance, going within yourself, and doing some internal work. It's about you understanding your divine connection and feeling harmony, knowing your personal moral code, and making your choices. It may mean that there are consequences from these choices. Now, the Lover's card in reverse in a love reading is about fear and trust issues. These thoughts may be stopping you from enjoying a fulfilling relationship. You may simply have different values or goals than your partner. You may no longer feel connected. You may have chosen this partner for the wrong reasons, or the sexual connections are not enough to sustain the relationship. You still need communication for everlasting relationships. If you find this card upside down in a money and career reading, it'll indicate that communication is needed to define the direction of the business, assuring that you are both still aiming at the same goals for the company. It may also indicate the possibility of a romance at work, but that could bring some unwanted trouble to the workplace. Remember, there are consequences for mixing business with pleasure. If this is about money, this card upside down may indicate that someone is being financially irresponsible and they are making impulsive decisions in regards to money. It may also mean that you are looking for an instant gratification by material means. Be responsible for your choices. When this card is found in a health reading, upside down, it means that your body is working against you. It's time to reconnect with how your body feels. You may need rest, recuperate. Give your body harmony and balance, giving enough time for your body to heal. In a spiritual reading, this card indicates you are focused on material things to find fulfillment in your life. This gives you temporary fulfillment, and it will not bring the harmony you need. Focus on your divine energy. It will be far more rewarding for you. This could also be warning you of a potential romantic attraction between a spiritual advisor. Do not seek intimate relationships. This would be an abuse of power, and for all the wrong reasons. There are consequences for those poor choices. Thank you for joining us at Moon Magic Astrology. We hope that all your relationships are filled with love and great communication. We send you light and love always. Namaste.